Tonight they find love's eternal flame. Though they lie side by side, their hearts are torn apart. A rogue vampire's love for an elder's heart. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's arms are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in the seal of vampire's love and scorn. Remember the night, the radio songs. They dance in darkness where they belong. Love is a gift.
Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in. Guess what, guys? We're here and we are ready to play some VTM on this dang old channel. So, if you guys are from Gen Con, welcome on in. This is where we will now be living on Tuesday nights or unliving. Because we're vampires. That's why, Warren. Don't give me that scared look yet. But as we get ready to go into tonight, we're going to go around the room, introduce who we're going to be playing this evening, and we'll go ahead and do a bit of a recap before we hop into tonight's session. We'll go ahead and start with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I was not scared. I was deciding if it was unliving or dying, just for the record. And I am playing Marlowe, who will probably unlive tonight.
I hope so. I hope so for your behalf. Next up, we have Hannah.
Hey, I'm Hannah, playing Charlie the Zimitzi.
Wonderful. Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm playing Julian the Mulcavian.
Spooky. Speaking of spooky, we have Rob.
Hi everyone, I'm Rob. Tonight I'm going to be playing Vincent, our La Sombra, and I guess Spin Doctor for tonight.
For tonight or always for this chronicle? I'm confused.
Always, but definitely tonight.
That's fair. That's fair. And last but not least, we have Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. I am playing Riley, the Crisising Toreador.
Fair. Before we get started, I only asked because there's a La Sombra in the room. Do we have any... Oh, actually, there's a La Sombra in the room. We have a Zamitzi in the room, too, who did some horrible things. We need some remorse checks in the house here.
I'm oddly taking this week off. But
Good to
I'll
know.
Be back next.
You've just learned how to deal with your own bullshit.
Yeah.
Is it never believe your own hype?
You said what?
I said I've rolled it, and I am super sorry.
You criticaled your sorriness on your remorse test, so you are indeed quite sorry. Congratulations for feeling bad for wanting someone's skin. But sort of going into that recap portion, you guys had a very calm episode for the most part until it wasn't. You guys were having a conversation going back and forth before it began to emotions began to rise and words were said. Accusations were made and jealousy was fired off as Charlie, our Zemitzi, was jealous of the fact that Abby had such flawless skin versus what she was having. So, after a heated disgruntlement, and after Riley put Abby proverbially into the ground,
Decimated.
literally, causing so much willpower damage that became aggravated, and filling up her track fully, so that she was almost said in despair, but that's not quite the mechanic we're looking for here. But where she was barely functioning, and Charlie deciding that, you know what, this is the best time for me to make my move. A deal was struck, as well as a heart from a leg that was broken off and then used as a stake. And we found out that not all Thin Bloods can be staked properly, and they die very quickly, like mortals. But Charlie was able to learn a new power, as the scales that once covered her skin was no longer doing such. And shortly after, you guys were continuing having a conversation downstairs on what exactly was to do next, while Marlo was going around as a bird and checking out the church and looking for any ways in. While amidst that discussion on what the next step was to do, Charlie called up to Riley and sort of began to explain the situation when shortly after our shadowy Vincent decided to follow up afterwards and make the problem go away, as they happened to turn the corpse into some dust that seemed to be now mixed in with the blood underneath. And that, my friends, is where we are picking up our chronicle for this evening. This is, once again, episode 13, The House of Cards.
How gone is the body here?
Yeah, after just a few moments, the body, and this is probably the slowest that it's transformed, but after a few moments, the body it's completely gone, and all that's left is this ashy blood mix.
Okay. So Vincent's going to look around and say, I'm going to want to find a room. Finish making the problem go away. But people are going to miss her. So we need to figure out what we're Julian and Smith, who are probably a problem with this. We're going to need to figure out what to tell her coder. Definitely. They've got some ideas, but they're kind of, can't think of a way to put this, but they're kind of bullshitty. So if y'all are
I mean, give me a story and I can run with it, but I don't know what else to do, if you know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we tell them that the deal that Charlie wanted to make with her was that she was going to come along with us to try to rescue her friend, and she didn't make it back.
Valid.
I like it. I guess my one concern is what if they come back to this place?
I mean, it's
To
an oil
this
Yeah.
stain.
market?
Then we need a broom and a mop. But for the most part, we can just sort of not like it. She's gone, right? So
Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, I've done some shitty things, but I didn't think it was going to be this easy to just like break murder bad. Cool.
Riley, I figure at this point, if Julian's done it, then
No, that's valid. If Julian can do it, I can do it. He's got the benefit of compartmentalizing through Brian or whatever the hell his name was.
Okay, well, I'm thinking that we should probably do this soon because they're gonna notice that her coterie is gonna notice that she's not really, picking up the phone or whatever.
And do you think they're going to want details on how she died? Do we just say she got, we didn't see, she just didn't make it? That feels stretched thin.
I mean, we could say that there was something chasing us.
Ah, true.
we also don't really know what's inside yet. And I think that this sort of prices us into going
Yeah.
and taking a look and see if we can't find Fanny.
And at this point, we drop one, save another, play ourselves off as the heroes, right?
Yeah, after all, we didn't have anything to do with why Abby didn't come back, right?
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Okay, well, let's see if we can get it by the people downstairs.
And as like Riley's just kind of pacing, like going over this, like the story beats again about how this is gonna go, like almost like running lines, like trying to be off book for something. It's just like that, and that, and this. All right, cool. I'm in. We got it. Let's do it.
You got any sixes?
Kenneth just sort of shakes their head no.
Ah, damn it. What about you, Bird? What did he say?
I'm helping Kenneth cheat
Yeah.
because nobody but Kenneth knows that Kenneth can understand me if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
It's kind
So
of
I'm sitting on Julian's shoulder and just he's got fours.
Ask for nines.
Damn it, I got 3 here. Jeez. You're really good at this game.
I say, Julian, you are absolutely just convinced that Kenneth is part Malkavian in some capacity with the ability to read cards.
Actually,
my life as a
clairvoyant.
charlatan tells me the bird on my shoulder that squawks every time it's Kenneth's turn is probably giving the cards away, but there's no money at stake, so I'm okay with it.
It's lucky we're not playing Texas by night.
Texas by night. Oh my god. And here's the flop, motherfucker.
Jesus.
Next campaign.
Exactly.
Texas
There's
Hold'em
the
by
river.
night.
There's the river, and it looks like you're going up it, bitch. That's the only poker lingo I know.
This chronicle ain't big enough for the two of us, son.
Yeehaw.
I hate it here. Take
Fair
me
enough.
back. So the three of you begin to descend down the stairs to find the rest of your not Coterie, the second baseman, playing cards on the floor of the rundown store that you were in.
Is Marlowe still a bird?
Yeah, it has not been an hour yet, so unless Marlowe is actively trying to not become a bird, Marlowe is still Markrow.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I guess Vincent will look around, see the others, see the bird, and then go, so did you figure out what's in there?
Quack.
Get a look towards the bird. Yeah, they were really only able to see sort of like the main chapel area, as it seems like that's the only window. So there is a hatch up by where the church bell is. That seems like it's on the back half of the church. There's a door on the back, but it does have a deadbolt lock on it.
Okay. Take it you weren't able to get inside, Marlowe? That is Marlowe, right? I'm not like talking to just a random bird.
That would be so funny.
I hope it's Marlowe.
You got me going for a second because I honestly couldn't tell you if that's Marlowe or not.
Okay, so I think the three of us talked upstairs. I think we probably want to go and see if we can't get Fanny out.
Well, that's a change.
Yeah. Situation got a little more complicated.
Do I want to know?
It has to do with Charlie's deal with Abby.
I'll reposition the question.
Where is Charlie?
They'll look over.
Or not Charlie, Abby.
Marlowe wants to know where Abby is.
Thank you.
Yeah, what is... How's that more... Okay, anyway, that's a different question. I don't... Well, it just got messy. Not on purpose. She's gonna, like, open her shirt and be like, see? It, like, doesn't this look great?
Good skin.
I'm failing to see what this has to do with Abby.
You want me to just, like, say it? Or, like...
I'm just gonna point at the new
admire
skin
my
and go,
skin?
Abby.
Okay, no, just listen. It's probably better that I don't know. I can't do anything about it. So at this juncture, whatever you did, just I'm just whatever. It's whatever. I don't want to know.
Let's just say it's a positive change for Charlie, but it comes with the implication.
La 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 la.
We really ought to help Fanny. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Again, this does not put me at ease.
Fanny really needs saving right now. Really, let's...
She traded some of her skin so that we'd go get Fanny.
What?
Marlowe was trying to have a philosophical debate about morals, and it's really not coming across right now.
Why did you have to tell me that?
Because you were being weird and kept being like, I want to know.
I don't want to know. I told you that very fucking clearly.
Nope. Welcome to the game. You're on our team now.
I was on your team before you, jackass.
Sorry.
So, all of that notwithstanding, I figured that the three of you would be on board. We're gonna go help the innocent person who got scooped up by the big scary vampire, right?
Okay.
Let's ignore for the minute that the innocent person is also a vampire.
So, what tools do we have at our disposal that helps us avoid dying?
I'm okay in a scrap, but also I figure the more we can do about this without getting into one, the better. We
Okay,
can be
I sit in my house and read tarot cards. I don't sneak around secret vampire compounds. I'm not built for that. So I feel like, like the movies where they bring along the clumsy person who's tripping over shit and breaking things. That's me.
yeah, they're usually hilarious. But
This would not be hilarious.
I mean, okay, like if you want to stay here, that's fine. But
Well, I don't want to be here because what if like they come out and you're all dead? Then I'm alone.
If it
So
makes
then
you
you're
feel
coming
any
with us.
better,
I mean, do any of you have any juju that can make me not that?
I can make you quiet.
No, you'll make everybody quiet, and it will suck.
My statement is not any less true.
if it makes you feel any better, I bring nothing to the table in that regard either. I'm
I
just
feel
kind of
so
cute.
much better.
I'm gonna be there. My best defense is being attractive.
Riley,
What if their best offense is being attractive?
Ooh, then I guess we just got to kiss.
It's a walk off.
I guess. Okay, I think at the very least we should let Marlowe turn back into a person if we have the time. Just
Yeah,
because I
sounds
think he might be able to help in a pinch or scrap. I mean, no offense, Riley, but you look like if I threw spaghetti at you, you might fall down and like hold every. And I only speak that because the same is true for me.
Oh no, you are 100% correct. There's not much I'm doing in a fight.
What about Charlie? Charlie, apparently you can take people's skin. Is that something that requires like a lot of time, or you just do it?
I mean, that was like probably 5 minutes, so not that long.
But in a fight, you're not going to be able to like just grab onto somebody's flesh for 5. They're going to be hitting back, so probably not that applicable in a fight.
Probably not. I mean, do you want me to compel you not to be the clumsy?
Do you want?
You know.
Do you know karate?
No.
Okay. Do you have a gun?
You know, all of this is semantics. Can we just do what we need to do? You're planning too much. Sometimes you just gotta go into the fight and just get the shit done.
You are
Oh
out of your fucking mind.
no, no,
I
no.
do
Here,
think it's worth noting
As
that
the man who was out of their fucking mind one night ago, 2 nights
I
ago.
wasn't encouraging anybody to go rushing into a building blindly and get slaughtered like cattle.
Who said we're getting
fair.
slaughtered?
And plan A was never to fight, right? I don't think that's. It's a bad plan A. It's a good plan B, but let's try to do this without the fighting.
Okay.
if anybody asks, we're in here because I lost a contact.
You lost a contact, and then I threw it 100 yards into the church.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get it back.
The fact that I can't tell if you're serious or not is a real problem for me.
No, they lost the contact while they were at church the other day.
Oh my, are we
100
still fucking talking
yeah.
about this contact like it's a real legit reason to
it's
be
a
in
re-
a church
Do
in
you
the
know-
middle of the night that's been
You know how
boarded up that
expensive
obviously
contacts
doesn't have
are?
any countries? Yeah, they're like $6.
So
That's too much.
I'm gonna say proof it'll work. You just got that worked up. They're gonna be so confused and spun in on themselves. It's gonna be fine.
Marlo will suggest you let a crow loose in the church and see what happens.
Does Mark Crow suggest that? Like, does Kenneth need to relay that?
Oh yeah.
It's not a bad idea. And I'm pretty sure that I can unlock whatever locks they've got.
Are we
Kenneth, when you looked at the building, was there any like slots in the windows wide enough for Marlo to fit through?
I have to be honest. I wasn't super looking and thinking about that as an option. I mean, a lot of them windows were boarded up. Uh, so I don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
Looking across the street, is it like just a couple boards over the windows kind of boarded up, or is it like bunkering down for a hurricane kind of boarded up?
It's probably got like 5 or 6 because I mean they're larger like stained glass windows, so they have like 6 or 7 boards that go up the entirety of it. Enough where it's a pain in the butt to get into, but not like trying to block
Okay.
sunlight out type of situation.
Okay.
Um, but do we know how that form works for Marlowe? Like we saw what I mean, at least I did saw what uh, Vincent did to a mouse. Does that also happen to Marlowe if they get caught? And if they get snapped, do they turn back into Marlowe, or do they just get snapped because that's just what they are now?
Ooh, that's a really good question, actually. Hmm. Don't know.
Maybe one of the other Thin Bloods might be able to answer that question.
I mean, maybe. Do you want to ask
Sure.
them
Yeah.
after we leave? Because if they come in and
Um,
ask, or coming in, we ask them to come in or have a conversation, they may come and look for Abby.
no, you're good. Give me a minute. Vincent's gonna walk upstairs for about 2 minutes and then come back down and say, Abby doesn't really know how it works either.
Okay.
Like they know that it's a thing that can happen, but
But they don't know how long or if they snap like a bird or snap like a human.
yeah, no, they none of them have died that way yet, and I think that they're pretty eager to not find out.
That's probably fair. That's probably fair. Okay. Also, as a possibility, if there's not a window open, I can make a window broken open and not make sound.
Ability to
Yeah.
just remove sound from everything
Except
stresses me out.
you don't know how to shut it off, so then we're stuck with no sound for an hour.
Or I'm just not there.
But you're sneaky.
I mean, yeah. But I could be maybe come in, turn on this lack of sound, break the window, let Marlowe fly, and then I mean, if I'm trying to be sneaky, then I don't know if I need to. Like, if we're already being very like out in the open about it, I don't know if I need to be there if I'm the sneaky one, type of situation.
I don't. Marlo, did you check the chimney? Is there a way to get in through the chimney?
Did I see a chimney? I don't remember seeing a chimney.
No, just the large battle tower that did have a hatch at the top of it.
Hatch. Yeah.
Shit. Well, I mean, so far that seems like the best plan. Silent mode and break a window.
I guess, can you tell me a little bit more about how the church is constructed? Is there a leap 6 meters at a time path to the top of the bell tower?
There would be. You could leap to the top of like the chapel area, and then you'd be able to leap up to the bell tower.
I mean, we could do the bell tower if we want.
I mean, is it best to have like a sort of a two-pronged situation here? We have me break a window, maybe let Marlo fly through, get some information, and then you guys walk in the front door after we recon, and then the rest, maybe you and me, head towards the roof.
Sure. I mean, my goal is really just to get some ability to see inside there without giving us a chance to get shot at. So,
But also, like, do we know they're actually gonna be dangerous on the inside? I mean, they just might be a place for us to lay low.
that'd be great.
If they're siphoning blood from hostage kindred, I don't think that they're gonna just be chilling out. They might be, but it doesn't seem very likely.
I mean, it's not like most of us have fed one way or another. Are we sure that this just isn't someone's way of feeding?
It's on another kindred. That's not cool.
That feels like a big old no-no.
I mean, maybe. But
I mean, if it was consensual, it's one thing, but it's not consensual.
I mean, yeah, but in perspective, like, I don't feed from humans because I think it's a big no-no. But is it perspective?
I
think-
mean, I guess we go to our resident expert.
On what?
On all things kindred. I say, looking at Riley.
So I'm gonna take a stab at this one, and Bruce, you can tell me if this is way out of line or not. All right.
I'm here for it.
All right. So, to my understanding, in my experience, in my line of work, et cetera, it's different feeding on, like, making the choice to go after, like, foxes, rats, etc., as opposed to a person, but it's directly frowned upon to be going after another kindred to eat that way. So, like, I don't know if I'm explaining that the best, but pretty much if you eat of another kindred, there's some bad shit that could happen. Eating just people and animals, you're chilling.
So is something
So
bad
that's
going to
why
happen to
they'll-
you then?
Oh, I'm feeling the effects of my mistake. And
What is the effects of your mistake?
best way to describe that. Infatuation.
Kenneth sort of taken aback
Yep.
a little bit.
Yep. That's yep. So consuming the blood of another kindred. I had heard about it, but at this point I'm feeling it. Drinking too much of a specific kindred's blood kind of ties you to them.
That's not
So I mean,
terrifying.
You don't like know how much is too much to you.
I think I'm pretty good at the moment. It was just the one little bit. Consistent exposure to the the same kindred's blood, that's where it starts to become a problem.
But it's not a problem if you just do it once to its individual kindred and move to a different kindred.
That I don't know. I would say probably better to err on the side of caution than to make a habit out of it.
It's fair.
So, yeah, I think that if people found out that you were actively feeding on other kindred, that would be grounds for going after you.
And also, if this was on the up and up, you would need to hide it in BFE in the bottom of an old church.
Damn, now I'm not convinced that this isn't either a kink thing or somebody's way of eating.
Well,
I was
guess
certain
if it's
until
a
somebody...
kink thing or somebody's way of eating, we'll just have disturbed them and we won't have any fight on our hands.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Enjoy your night. Uh,
Sounds like a great outcome, but we're not going to know till we get in there.
Yep. So go ahead and do the thing. We'll wait here until you come back.
Okay. Marley, you wanna follow me and keep eye? Great. And Kenneth would go ahead and I actually have access to this right now.
If that's going to be a thing that happens a lot, we do need a way to figure out which one is our bird.
I mean, unless we're buying that stuff from X, I don't think it'll be too often of an occurrence.
I mean, it's been useful so far. Could be worth it.
Well,
It's just money.
if this is X's operation and we kind of stick our big old feet right in the middle of it, may not be too eager to sell to us.
Right about this time, the sound escapes from all of you. As Kenneth begins to walk out the front door.
That was aimed at Kenneth.
I figured it was. As you guys see the Kenneth sort of walk out and sort of tuck right before sneakily making his way across. As he's across the street, you guys do gain the ability to hear sound once again. As you guys do see, and Marlo, you have a better view at this. As Kenneth sort of wraps up their fist with a towel or something that they have just on them. They go ahead and pull out like they've done this before and sort of bust through. And when you expect to hear sort of the shattering of glass on one of these sections of pane glass, just absolute nothing as the glass sort of falls to the ground. And now
Julian, if this one goes to shit, you want to be in the car?
I think we're good for now.
Yeah, you're probably right. But if it goes bad, it's going to go bad fast, and we might need to drive away.
You saying you want me behind the wheel?
I'm saying I'd like somebody behind the wheel, and you didn't seem like you wanted to go in there. So, could be you, could be Riley, whatever.
Yeah, I'll happily sit in the car.
Okay.
Turn around and head out. And are the other two Thin Bloods out there?
They are. They're sitting in their Jeep, seeming to be smoking some cigarettes as they're sort of decompressing after the incident.
Can I bum one of those?
Yes. So they one looks the other and hands over one.
Thank you. So, shit's probably gonna be popping off here in a minute. So,
What do you mean?
well, they're going inside, a couple of them, just to kind of check things out, case the joint, get the lay of the land, and then I think the plan is for all of us to go in and check the basement and see if Fanny's indeed down there.
Yeah. Okay. You see, one of them sort of begin to put out their cigarette and leave it in the ashtray inside.
No, it's okay. We got time.
Well, I was just
It's
gonna
no
go get.
hurry.
I was just gonna go get Abby now. I mean,
No, she's in there. I think she's watching what's going on. So we're cool. I'm sure if she needed you, she'd come get you right now. Like right now, we're all just chilling, trying not to upset the apple cart. You know what I'm saying?
I think, but I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about an apple cart. But I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, the skids need to be greased, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, that's another way to put it. It's a nice colloquialism you've got there. Heard that one bantied around quite a bit.
Right. Okay. And she sort of
But yeah, just light up your cigarette again. Just relax. You know, they'll let us know when it's go time.
Yeah, and I was sort of being an ass. I wouldn't light that up and take a drive from that if I were you.
Oh, okay.
You won't like. I mean, you can, but you probably won't like the outcome afterwards.
Was it laced?
No, no.
Did
Your
you
your
put it in
insides
your
will be on the
butthole?
outsides.
What?
Have you tried eating like actual food yet?
Yeah.
And how'd that turn out for you?
I mean, it didn't taste near as good coming back up.
Yeah, that's ingesting anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That sucks.
not quite literally, but yeah. And she
Well, we'll just do
puts
it as
her.
an oral fixation thing and sticks it in his mouth but doesn't light it.
Yeah, that's fair. She sort of just nods and sort of sits down again in the car.
And you weren't being an ass. Things got tense in there, so.
Yeah, I think everyone said a piece of things that weren't necessarily needed on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll come out of this stronger, I'm sure.
Abby hasn't steered us wrong yet.
So she's like the leader of the pack.
Yeah. Abby was the one that
So,
found all of us when we got turned.
She mentioned something, and I don't know if you know the details, but about Riley being responsible for Fanny's turn.
Yeah, yeah. We were all there.
So you all got turned at the same time?
No, no. Fanny got turned first when we were all out one night. And out of the lineup, she was selected for what we thought was VIP
Sucks.
access.
That's rough.
Yeah.
So you all have the same sire? Like that's what they call it.
Um, we think so. We're not 100% sure, but we think so.
It's interesting. So generationally, you're not able to create more, correct? And I'm not saying this to disparage you. I'm
No,
not
no. I mean, I don't.
trying to understand.
They say they don't know. A lot of people, it sort of depends. Sometimes you're able to make another thin blood, and sometimes you don't embrace it all.
So if your sire is your sire like oh wait, was the Pizza King guy? Is that who it was?
At least we know for
Heard that
Fanny it
name from around.
was.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, sometime if you want your future read when this is all over, just stop by. He pulls out
Yeah.
a card and passes it over.
They both sort of look at it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm saying if I'm correct, she's in there, and you should have a pretty good sense that I can actually do what I say I can.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, yeah, I'm gonna get in the car and get the keys ready just in case things go sideways. But when they text me or whatever, I'll let you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get in the car and pull out my notebook, start jotting down notes.
Okay. At this point, I'm assuming you are flying in through the hole that was made by Kenneth.
Definitely.
Okay.
Flying in, looking around, seeing what I see.
Perfect. I need you to go ahead and roll everyone's favorite dice pool combination of wits and awareness,
I
please.
I don't like that one.
I get a sense that most people at the table don't like building for that one.
It's one of my highest dice pulls. Thank you.
I said most, all right? Relax, La Sombra.
Well, that's not good.
For this, DC is going to be 2.
Fine. This is a bad idea to reroll. Just FYI.
No, it's gonna be fine.
It's
50%
very
of the
Han
time
of you.
every time.
Yeah, see, very
That
Hannah
was
of you.
Very Hannah of you. Could have
Maybe
just
I'm
been
a
a failure. May as
Malkavian.
well have messy critical.
Maybe I'm the Malkavian now. I'm able to see the premonitions of the dice.
I mean, I think we all knew what was going to happen there.
I think so. I think so. As you go ahead and fly in and you perch up on
I am hungry AF, just as a
Oh.
reminder.
I am very aware of your hunger status here. Um, you go ahead and look around the room. That's a lot of successes. Okay. A couple of key things you can note here. It smells very strongly of bleach. Even in this front chapel area, it smells very deep, like very deep cleaning level of bleach. That's sort of emanating just in the chapel area. You do hear the sounds of medical equipment that seems to be echoing through that back room area that seems to be like quarantined off. And on what looks like a corner of what maybe was at one time a pew that broke, or some piece of long wood in the corner that sort of stood up on its side. Dangling from it is a black mask, almost like a party mask that sort of that would cover up, that's just the eyes, nose area. That's sort of dangling there.
Okay. Have I ever seen a mask? Like, does that mask mean anything to me specifically? Is Robin around?
You have seen individuals at the rant and rave that were wearing this mask.
Okay.
But they weren't doing anything out of the ordinary, but you sort of saw people passing by that were dancing while wearing this mask.
All right. That's different. Is there a way I can get up into the rafters or anything to see down over into the area with the medical equipment?
Yeah, you go ahead and fly up into the rafters area. Because there's very tall ceilings, but you can sort of glow over, and it looks like the back room isn't quite covered, so you're able to fly and perch over at the top of the wall, and looking down. You do see plastic tarp covering every surface of this, walls, floor, and you sort of look that quarantine feel to it. And as you get closer to this, you do smell that bleach sort of taking over stronger. As you see a bucket of a bucket and mop in the corner that sort of has some warm. You can see the steam coming off of it. But you do see 5 beds or something. They're draped over, but you see there's 5 people that have PICC lines on them as they're all laying down here, and you do see an individual on a laptop, sort of by that quarantine door.
All right. This feels like a flyback exit and tell people where they are kind of situation.
Okay. As you sort of fly back, I need you to go ahead and roll a frenzy for me, please.
Oh no.
As you get the very strong whiff of blood in that room as well.
Okay.
DC is going to be 3 for this.
Just when it was all going so well.
None of it was going well.
But the frenzy was resisted.
It was.
And you are able to fly out the way that you came.
Oh, where'd Kenneth go? He's the only one I could talk to.
You do see Kenneth is sort of like standing next to the next building over across the street, sort of keeping an eye out, but not really, and sees you fly out and gives like a thumbs up, thumbs down. Just put your wings up.
But I guess if his silence field is going, I can't even talk to Kenneth right now.
You can certainly try.
No, I will think very well. I'll fly over to him and then I will just focus on how much it would be nice if I was not a bird right now.
Do you just stand next to him while you are thinking this, or do you perch on Kenneth's shoulder while you're thinking this?
Oh, I probably perch on his shoulder because
Perfect. As you guys sort of walk in, or Kenneth now begins to run towards where you guys are all staying. And as Kenneth opens the door, once again, silence falls upon the store. And as the door shuts, Marlowe sort of transforms out of bird on Kenneth's shoulder, and they both sort of collapse into the room, not making a sound.
That was really smooth.
If there is no sound, Riley just holds 2 thumbs up.
And then Kenneth just goes right out the back door.
Wow.
So I'll there's one guy, he's on a computer, 5 people hooked to beds with drain lines. Lots and lots of bleach. I don't know what the guy, I guess they're gonna mop the floors or something. Real bleachy.
The guy wasn't like in cargo shorts, was he?
No, there was. I saw one of those black masks from the rant and rave.
Just that black mask doesn't mean anything to me, I would assume. Just off the
No, I mean you saw individuals like everyone else did, sort of at the rant and rave, them people enjoying themselves wearing these sort of black masks. But
Was one of them my sire?
yes, one of them was indeed your sire.
What about
I
the
don't remember
kidnapping
if
bird?
I found out that they were Sabat. I believe the answer was yes.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
What was your question there, Julie? Sorry.
Didn't the kidnappers that Charlie and
Riley. Yes, Charlie and Riley. Yes, those individuals did have those black masks on as well.
Oh. Yeah, no, then I'll bring that back up. That's the same, if it's the same kind of mask, like the dudes that we saw picking people up earlier tonight had that same mask on.
Who'd you
Which
see
would
them,
make sense.
Who'd you see them picking up? Would you be able to describe them enough that Marlowe could tell you if they were in there?
Maybe? Ian doesn't remember if Riley got a good look at them, like the person being abducted or not.
I will allow you to roll wits plus resolve.
That's
Can I make the
Alright.
same roll?
Yeah, both you can at DC 3. And you are able to surge on it if you would like to.
This
Oh
feels
my
important. I'm gonna willpower it.
I need
Charlie,
to never roll ever.
Charlie, my
Can
friend.
I can reroll 2 though, right?
Yeah, you can reroll too.
I'm running out of willpower though. That's my other problem.
Good, good.
Okay.
Nope.
I get there with 3.
Ah.
Time to go skin those other people. I'll be right back.
You actually get there with
You're sitting in the car.
5, Riley, because you criticaled.
Oh
Can
hell
I
yeah!
take 2 of theirs?
You cannot take 2 of theirs.
I would happily donate any rolls necessary to help succeed.
Weird, I don't remember the seats of the car being leather, but they certainly are now.
Exactly.
There were 2 other Thin Bloods over here. Where did they go? Weird flesh-paneled cars. An interesting design choice.
Custom made.
Yeah. Is that a tooth?
No. It's just part of a necklace, part of the
Ah, cool.
design.
Yeah, my bad.
Hannah, I need you to go ahead and roll a d10 for me, please.
I don't know how much more skin there is that you can take and we'd be okay with tonight.
I think the answer is 0 for most of your coterie.
I think the answer is 0, even for the parts of the coterie that don't know about the first set.
Charlie, I like the name of your roll, by the way. I approve.
That's the truth.
With a 9. Your hunger goes up by 1.
That's not good.
Never said it was good, but neither is a bestial failure.
Oh, damn.
I'm at 4, just to let you know.
Dude,
I was there earlier.
I heard you at 4 hunger is really good for my chronicles, is all I'm saying.
4
Always
hunger.
worked out really well.
4 hunger Hannah is peak player. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm not 4 hunger.
Ooh.
I can't say 4 hunger Eva because you're not playing Eva anymore, and we haven't seen 4 hunger Charlie that much yet, if at all.
Okay, I'll go with that.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
It'll happen. Oh my word.
Actually, I need you to also roll a frenzy check because there is a significant amount of blood very close to you.
Just on the floor.
Yeah, the puddle that's upstairs.
That's
Okay.
that's like 5 feet away, 10 feet away.
It's like oatmeal. It's just kind of chunky and gritty.
I'm aware.
Got the ash in there. It's
I'm
gotta smell
aware.
more like ash than anything.
Nom.
I'm aware.
Is there a difficulty?
Yes, 3 on this difficulty for your frenzy.
3 is not my magical number. Nope.
You only have 3 dice to
boy.
resist a frenzy check, by the way? Oh, because it's unspent willpower, I think it's part of... Oh, that's awkward.
No, it can't be willpower because I only have 1 willpower left.
But I think unspent willpower is part of the formula for the frenzy check, I believe. So the lower you are in willpower, the harder it is to resist frenzy.
makes sense.
You take off running upstairs.
What do I do upstairs?
You drop to the floor and begin to consume the mess that was made.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I have a question, but I
I'm
don't want to
cleaning it
sound
up.
like homework.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh
No.
no. Just
What's up? What's up? What's your question there, Ian?
I'm sorry that I said anything out loud.
Mhm.
There's more than just one person's blood involved in that process.
Yep, sure is.
All right, that's as far as I'm going with that. Yep.
Sure is. Eva, as you or not Eva. Sorry, the dice sort of speak Eva. Charlie,
Eva
as
Junior.
exactly. Charlie, as you get up there, you get the uncontrollable need to try and reduce your hunger. As you begin to take the clumps of ash that are soaked in blood and begin to eat and eat and eat and eat. And you're able to remove a singular dot of hunger.
Uh, um. Okay.
Yep.
I guess that wasn't the answer I was expecting. Riley,
Yeah.
do you remember what they look
Yeah,
like?
actually. Yeah. I'm glad she bought me a couple extra seconds there. Someone should go check on. I'll check on her in a minute.
I think she might just need some space. At
Yeah.
this point.
Pace yourself and remember to breathe. I'm gonna holler up the stairs. But yeah. Anyway, so Bruce, I had gotten my 5 hits on that
You
to
sure do.
recall who was grabbed or what they looked like.
Mm-hmm.
So from memory, it was Schmitty, Werben, Betterman, Jensen. I remember because they were number 1.
Of course.
But that's all that Ian, the player, actually doesn't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, you were able to give an apt description of the individual that, or one of the 2 individuals that were taken.
Okay. They had a face.
They did. And Marlo, you were able to tell that that person was indeed in that room.
Wait, what?
So, did you see the person that I saw get kidnapped?
Did I?
Yeah, so you
I
saw
saw 5 people.
right, and one of the individuals that on the table was one of the people that Ian's describing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then.
Okay, so timeline of that then would have been we walk out of home base. We see them over there. We see the black mask guys picking up this person. I yell at them. I go, "Hey, what are you doing?" They look at me. I get really fucking hungry all of a sudden. They throw the guy in the car, drive off. I have to go feed before I make a mess somewhere. I kind of look up the stairs. But yeah, so that means they went from there to this church.
Or somebody that looks like the person that got kidnapped is in there.
Occam's razor, my dear boy. I
feel about that, but okay.
No, that felt like the right thing to say. I was on some Holmes shit.
I was gonna say, can I roll an insight check to figure out if Riley knows the rest of what Occam's razor is?
You know what? I'll allow
No
it.
insight check needed.
It's the razor I'll cut you with if you keep questioning me.
It's the razor that they used to use for their coke.
Exactly.
Okay, so they're actively kidnapping people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we knew that before with the whole Fanny thing, but
now
I think that if they're scooping people up from outside of one of Fairfield's places, then we probably also know that it's not with his blessing.
You don't
I'm
wear a
making
mask
an
if you don't want to get
assumption.
caught.
Right. I'm making a guess there, but
Well,
No,
there's only one person in there. We should probably do this before more people show up.
And
Yeah.
this also tells me that one person is a coincidence. Multiple people in a basement with IVs coming out of them is
an
definitely
operation.
intentional.
I mean, don't you think one person in a basement with an IV coming out of them is intentional?
It still could be a king thing. We don't know.
Feel like we know.
We need to go to parties. Maybe we don't.
Hey, Marlo, while we're sort of on this topic and we're talking about
What are you into?
how we're going to go about doing this.
Not people in basements on IVs.
Square.
Yeah. So while we're sort of on this topic, there's something that I feel like I need to tell you. So Abby's gonna come with us on this operation.
Great. That's super.
Wait, no, hold on. She's not coming back.
Lock in.
Are you
got it.
suggesting that we're gonna kill Abby while we're on this run? Or
Ooh,
this
you're
this
real
while we're
close.
doing this?
Ooh,
Yeah,
you're
no.
real close.
Yeah, you're very close.
Why?
Abby's already not with us.
She had an accident.
What?
I'm gonna point upstairs and be like, so anyway, Charlie just ran away because Charlie is aware of a situation that means that Abby's not going to come out of the facility with us. If that's a thing that you feel comfortable talking about, then cool. But if not, just know that she went in with us and she didn't come back out. I'll handle the rest.
Yep. Speaking
So
of,
we make a deal with them and then we're okay.
deal. I have opinions, but I'll keep them to myself. Anyway, and Riley will kind of signature spin move out of the group and head upstairs to check on Riley or check on Charlie.
So, hey, Marla, Charlie completely lost control, like how I did before, but with not a shadow, right? Like with a chair leg.
Oh. Okay.
Right. So,
Halfway up
So it
the
was an
stairs,
accident.
it was spooky and awesome.
Not helping.
please go take care of Charlie. Yes,
You got it.
Yes, it was an accident.
So is
I
this
know.
is this a thing that we accidentally murder people? Is that a thing?
Hopefully not. I think that, most of the time the answer is going to be no, but it's certainly what we were telling Julian about, hey, you need to go eat before something disastrous happens. There you go. You get too hungry and disaster starts to look real ugly.
Okay. Now is not the time for me to have a breakdown about this, so we'll deal with this later.
Yeah. Just, in the event that we end up talking to the rest of the folks afterwards. Abby came in with us, didn't come out.
Cool.
If it helps, we're doing it for a friend. You're not doing it for me.
It's not about that.
Okay. Well,
The
let's
most
wait for them to
nah.
get ready and then let's do the thing.
It's the
Yeah,
most
and then I need to eat.
Fine.
It's fine.
Or we're gonna have more messes to clean up.
Riley, you get to the top of the stairs and you just see Charlie's shirt and face covered in this, and hands also in this bloody, cakey mess that she's just in the process of finishing up devouring.
All right. First off, internally, externally, calm, cool, collected. Yeah. Just walking in then and just seeing that and just go, Damn bitch, you live like this? Kind of
Uh,
like gesturing to the gross everything.
Charlie will look over. It's starving.
Yeah, I get it. Yo, are you okay?
Duh. No.
I mean, you're
Look at this.
shoveling.
Look at this. No.
Yeah, you're shoveling floor blood. Floor blood. That's hard to say. Into your face like you've never eaten before.
Uh,
You look like a toddler with spaghetti.
I don't. First off, that's offensive. Secondly, I know what it looks like, and if you don't want to be here, then don't be here.
Oh no, I'm here, and I kind of have to talk a little bit of shit to kind of ground you out of this. Whatever the fuck just happened.
Well, I'm gonna look at the bloody ash mess here. The last person that did that looks like this.
Yeah, I
And that's
contributed
not a
to that.
threat. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I
This
get
is-
you. But there's two things that were up, like we're way up tonight. But you're way up tonight. Because you got your get back on somebody that was being shitty and you got great skin out of it. So
Yeah, which now I've ruined with all this cakey, ashy blood mess.
this has got to stop being such a regular thing. And Riley's gonna take their shirt off and just hand it to her. Stop stealing my shirts.
Charlie, I just want to recall, are you still currently wearing Riley's shirt?
Yeah. And that one, I'm not. We're gonna destroy that one. That one's not coming home with me.
I could wash it.
It's yours. Keep that one. But you're lucky I look this good. Okay. Because if I had to keep giving you my shirt and I was an Uggo, we'd have a problem.
You got a fair point.
Yeah. So, change. Use the old shirt to get cleaned up the best you can.
I'm gonna start taking off the old shirt and just wiping myself down.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Is
Take a
there
cup.
is there a sink in this place at all? Do I know?
I don't know.
Yeah, you probably assume there
Okay.
is probably one downstairs in a bathroom, but whether or not it actually has water running to it, that's a good question.
Riley, I think was there a bathroom downstairs?
Probably. But
Can you ask um to the guys down there if the water's running? I don't want them to see me like this.
absolutely, I got you. And I'll kind of scoot back out the door a little bit, over back down the stairs. Hey guys, is there a bathroom down there, and does the water work?
I will look around.
Yeah, by the back door, you do see there is a bathroom.
I will check to see if the water is working.
Do we want to know?
Nah, you're good.
Okay.
You
But
go,
what I meant.
you go and check the water. Few moments go by before you finally get this dark brown water that comes rushing out before it turns clear. Like it just hasn't been ran in a long time. But water
Smells like
pressures, yeah, exactly. It smells like egg. But it looks
I'll leave
like
it on
there's-
to run for a little bit, and then I'll walk up and say, "Yeah, it's going."
All right. Part 2 to this. Just humor me and just turn around. Don't look at the stairs for a couple of minutes. I'll let you know when you're good.
Jesus. Hey, Marlo, can you show me how you get in? Let's go outside, go for a walk.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
roughly about this time, Julian, the Thin Bloods start up the Jeep and drive off.
Sticking around.
Hey, I'll try rolling down the windows before they get away. Where are you going?
They look towards you, and for a split moment, you can just see tears running down their face as they continue to drive off.
Okay. I'll get out of the car and go back inside to let everybody know that our backup just left.
You go inside and you see Riley sort of posted up at the top of the stairs, and Vincent and Victor heading out the front door.
Where the fuck is everybody going?
We're going to do a quick review of how we're going to get in there.
Hey,
Yeah.
just real quick, FYI, the Thin Bloods just bailed. They were crying, so don't know what that's about. So
My guess
problem
is-
solved. We don't need to worry about this. We can just get on out of here.
Is there a I'm guessing something occulty that I could roll on a like did they have some magical way of figuring out what happened?
Yeah, feel free to roll wits and occults at a DC 4.
Yeah, it was definitely going to be hard.
Yeah.
It's like an oh shit roll I could do here and that.
I mean,
So I have 4 dots and fuck.
oh.
6.
Oh!
Heyo.
Nice.
Ooh, with the critical even.
Champion behavior.
You've heard these sort of conversations while you were going over out the rant and rave and hearing a lot of the a new class, the children who are sort of talking, and you did hear a few of them be able to talk about the fact of them having ability to heighten their senses when they need to. Hearing, smell, sight, that sort of situation.
Did they have line of anything to see?
Not necessarily to see, but the door was left open on the back door.
Oh, so they might have heard me explaining the situation. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's a good possibility.
Well,
Oops.
well, fuck. Fair enough. Story wasn't really for them anyways.
So we're gonna bail. We don't need to do this anymore.
We don't need to do this. I think it still helps us to do it. Doesn't sell what happened, but let me put it this way. There's a bunch of people in there who got scooped up off the street, who got caught up in something incredibly dangerous that's going on. We're on the list of people that could be scooped in the future. I'd rather have them out there causing a mess than potentially end up in the back of a van.
So this is like not just an individual. It's like what I said, a full-blown operation.
Oh yeah, Marlo, what'd you say? Like 5?
I saw 5, yeah.
Was there room for more?
Not in that
Didn't seem like
area.
there was room for much more. Yeah.
Okay, so we don't know who's doing this, but they're obviously demented motherfuckers.
Yeah, and one of the people that is on one of those beds got there today. So
I guess I'm just, what's the up of continuing?
the up of continuing is that they don't get to do this in the shadows anymore. There's going to be a whole bunch of people who are going to be out there complaining and looking for somebody to do something about it.
I mean, here's my problem. We're so our knowledge of this world is so small that we don't know if the people who are doing this like are more connected than those people and that they're just not going to get scooped up and put right back in some other facility. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
We don't know
no,
what we're doing here, you know?
it's a good point, but like one of the people who was wearing a mask like what Marlowe described was my sire, who, when I was talking to people at the rant and rave about who that might be,
Mm-hmm.
none of them seemed to know that person from Adam. So
So what were they doing at Anarch Rant and Rave?
I don't know. It seems like maybe an open invitation to all sorts of folks, not necessarily anarchs only. But hell, even if they're anarchs, they just don't seem that connected here.
Okay, well let's if we're doing this, let's try not to upset the apple cart any more than we have to. You know, let's not leave bodies if we don't have to.
Yeah, agreed.
Tie people up, they can forgive that kind of stuff. We start killing their lackeys, then all of a sudden they're really going to be mad at us.
Sure, Spider-Man rules, no problem.
Spider-Man rules. What are you talking about?
Spider-Man never kills people; he just ties them up in webs and leaves them for people to find.
Okay, yeah, Spider-Man rules. Let's do that. Oh, shit. I'm gonna look to see if I can find anything I can use as a weapon.
As you're going around, I mean, unless you're breaking apart tables or something like that to use as legs that can stab people, there's not a whole lot of things to be used as weapons in this
Like a
abandoned.
rusty pipe.
Yeah, easy enough.
Okay. All right. So what are we waiting for?
Yeah, nothing in particular. Charlie's just getting cleaned up.
Okay.
So just to recap, we're gonna save these people. One of whom we're saving. Sorry, our friend killed your friend. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Hell, if I'm on an island here, if y'all would rather just
No, it's the right thing to do. It's
I
the right
didn't
thing to
think
do.
that I was going to be the noble one at any point.
It's nothing about nobility. It's about survival. I'm just saying. I don't know who we're gonna piss off with this, and I'd rather us think this action through than just step in the middle of a fucking hornet's nest that gets us killed 2 weeks from now in our beds when we don't even know it's coming. Because we really pissed somebody off who shouldn't have been pissed off.
Well, I'd rather be the people that saved some kindred and had an accident than the people who just.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Like I said,
killed.
I'm as convinced as I'm gonna be.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, but like no battle cries, and let's be quiet.
Right about this
So yeah,
time,
I guess let's go.
right about this time, Charlie, you step out of the bathroom after had washing up.
Oh, it feels so much better now. All right.
Yeah.
What's
Let's
the
do
plan?
it. Figure we'd meet up with the gang outside and kind of go from there. I'm of the impression that, like, I mean, we save a couple people, they're going to be down that we saved them, and we take that information back to Fairfield and say, hey, this is what we saw, this is what we did. And, if we fucked up, beg for forgiveness. If we did something cool, beg for protection.
Yeah. Hey, there was one thing that I never got to tell you. Fairfield was kind of concerned about the kidnapping that
Oh,
had
yeah?
happened outside. But I never actually got to tell you that. So,
Oh, well, that's actually handy to know. That's a feather in our cap. Bring him information. Hey, that person we saw get kidnapped, we found him. We rescued them. Here's how it went down, etc., etc. No, I like that.
wait, how are we rescuing them?
Was that? I thought that was still part of the plan. We go over there, we see if we can bust them out or whatever.
Oh, they're over there.
I forgot that there was like a whole conversation that happened after you went upstairs. I'm sorry. Yes. And I'm gonna proceed to fill Charlie in on the details that Riley knows. The number of people, generally where they are, the thought amongst the group and the feeling. And yeah.
I was not gonna. I didn't think it was gonna be that easy to track those people down. So
I mean,
let's do it.
chickens hatching, cart, horse, etc., etc. We got to figure that out still, but
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just more thinking like I thought this would be like 2 separate missions, you know?
Same. But all right, you look great. Skin looks cool. Not a fan of how
Thanks
you
for the
got it,
shirt.
but I'm glad it's back. Roll out.
So there's just one, right? So we got some options. We either just go in there and kick their ass, or try to do some sort of scare them into letting us do what we want, or distract them. Take your pick. I think Riley, you probably A+ on the distracting thing, but I think the rest of us are somewhere between kick their ass and hope that we don't die. So
Yeah, let's try to charm their pants off first.
Oh, if that's the plan, y'all stay here. Okay. Uh,
I figure that's your stock in trade.
just promise me whatever you see, you'll still respect me tomorrow night.
I don't respect you to begin with, so
Ow. And also, touche. Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I figured.
I value your friendship, Riley. I just don't
Can
want
you-
any of us to get killed.
No, actually, though. But I mean, if we want to go that way, I can go that way.
I mean, I think maybe talking first, but being ready to act if we need to.
Never heard it described that way, but yes.
Okay.
Right.
Let's do this before I lose my nerve.
I have heard that one before. I've also said that one before.
I'm gonna guess in a very similar situation, but let's just go do it now before anybody loses their nerve.
Now you're just quoting a whole chapter of my life. All right.
So I
Yeah.
think the thought is essentially Riley knocks on the front door, we go around the back door under perfect silence. While Riley's doing that thing, we just get all the beds out.
Nope. Also done that.
Riley, I swear to
I have
God, you gotta
concerns about your
stop.
love life.
There's no love in this.
That's my concern.
This is rapidly reaching my top 3 most disturbing things that have happened tonight, and you've seen many of the other things.
I want to know who told you that one and what they told you. No, that one hasn't happened yet. But yes, I agree. All right. Anyway, I've already got my shirt off, so that's a start.
That's what she
Off
said.
we. Yeah, it is. So yeah, ready. 1, 2, 3. Ready. Break. And Riley will head to the front door and Operation Oops, my car broke down and somehow I lost my shirt is a go. Please
And
help me, it's
naturally, the
scary
first place I
outside.
decided
Love
to
it.
come was the spooky church.
Uh-huh. I saw lights on, maybe. Help. I need the help of a big, strong Sabat man.
All right. You guys head over
How uncomfortable Bruce looks.
to the church. Um, how do you guys approach? I know most of you are heading towards the front.
No, I think most of us are heading towards the back,
We-
with Kenneth keeping us stealthed.
Okay.
Also bearing in mind that the thing that kind of alerted us to us before was that his zone of silence crept into the building. So I'll make sure that, I keep Kenneth well away from the building so we don't accidentally tip our hand.
Okay.
Before we go, is there any way that we can stay in some sort of contact? I don't know if anybody's got any weird I can be in your mind kind of stuff, thinking your thoughts, etc.
Nope. Nope. None of that.
All right. The code word for help is caca.
I think if we hear bang, 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 fuck, I'm dead, we'll know that you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good one. All right, ready, break.
You can just scream.
Then you'll know.
All right.
All right, ready, break.
You guys head to the back door with the
He said,
deadbolt
"Keep it
on
away."
it. Right. Kenneth is away.
Kind of need words for my half of the plan to work.
You guys have arrived at the back door that is locked?
Can I see inside?
Not from the back door. It looks like only windows that are on the first, like on the building itself, are in the stained glass that are in the chapel on the front of the building.
Let me see if I need to be able to see to do this.
Let's count to like 30 or 40 to give Riley some time.
So I don't need to be able to see to do this. So yes, count to 30 to 40, give Riley a chance to actually start the distraction. Then I'd like to activate Arms of Ahriman and have my shadows go under the door and come up and open it.
Okay.
Nice.
Love it. Riley,
Hello.
you were at the front door.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to proceed?
I'm just gonna knock.
Okay.
But like not like a cop.
Sure.
Like a hot knock.
Sure, of course.
Knock like the pizza men do.
Yeah.
Perfect. How long do you wait?
30 seconds.
30 seconds go by, no answer.
Let's try the door handle.
It is unlocked.
It's unlocked?
Yeah.
Just gonna open it up.
You open
And,
it up,
I'm just,
and you begin to
I'm-
see
yeah.
what looks like on flanking on each side of the door. There are a couple sensors that are just lit, and you begin to see smoke sort of run out of the sensors. But you can definitely get this strong smell of incense inside.
Sensors like not lasers. Sensors like the thing.
like
Okay.
sensors.
I was
I
like,
thought the same thing.
yeah, I was like, what the hell did I do?
Sorry, it's not
Why are the sensors smoking?
Why are the sensors smoke? The building's on fire. We're fucked.
Activate
Just smells like
burn down protocol.
I mean, Riley, reckless abandon. I guess I'm gonna try to move through the sensors. Like if that's like they're there and I have to go between them, kind of thing.
Yeah, so it just looks like there's a small indent that leads into the church, and then on the inside of the church and the chapel, sort of flanking the entrance, are just two sensors that are hanging from the ceiling.
Okay, but they're lit.
But they're lit, yeah. And they have
Okay.
this like orangish smoke that seems to be pouring out of them that sort of begins to cover the floor. Very,
Okay.
very epic entrance.
All right, I'm gonna slowly enter. I'm actually gonna start calling out. Hello. Door was unlocked. Kind of in a spot, hoping somebody's here that can help me. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, one sec.
No,
I hear a
you're
voice echoing out of the back.
Yeah, no, it's just assuming the stance of looking lost and helpless.
As you... One second, sorry.
Help me, big, strong Sabat man. You're my only hope.
I like that you went straight to Leia. Respect.
Yeah. Oh, it sure is nice having a big, strong Sabat man around the house these days.
Now that got weird.
It's been so lonely up here, Sabatman.
Sabatman.
These are not Riley's moves, by the way. You'd know Riley's moves.
'Cause it
Riley's
worked.
moves apparently are sticking an IV line on someone who's chained to a bed.
No, not often.
That was one time, and it was
It was
consensual.
one. Yeah, it was
Drop
one time, and it was not for Riley.
Yeah, they asked.
The good old college try. No, thank you.
Sorry about that. As you get through, eventually a individual walks forward through the back curtains area, wearing like what looks like um, a sort of a shroud that sort of cut grabs around the side of their face and sort of just overlays and like ties underneath. And then has like a what looks like a light zip up jacket on, and is just sort of walking towards you.
Okay, cool. So yeah, as I say, I'm just, hey, sorry to just kind of wander in. Never been in a spot like this before, and I saw a church and figured maybe this was a good place to try to get some help.
Question: Are you
Yes.
blushed?
Yes.
'Kay.
I am blushed, and awe is on.
Perfect and perfect. Um, After roughly 6-10 seconds go by, immediately you begin to throw up blood, and your hunger increases by 1.
Well, shit. All right. Gonna look at it and go, that never happened. Maybe this isn't the place I need to be.
I think this is exactly the place you need to be.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I was just looking for help. Clearly, this is not what we're about.
No, we are.
I
Welcome to the
I didn't
church.
s- I didn't see anything. I don't even know what this is. Have a great evening.
And you hear as you turn. I'm assuming you do your Riley spin move.
Oh no,
And
this
head
is
to
not
a
a spin move. This is like actively trying to back up. Spin move
Okay.
is for fun things.
Okay, perfect. It's about to get a whole lot of fun as you go ahead and as you begin to walk backwards. A silver gun is aimed towards you.
All right.
Roll with an awareness for me, DC 2.
We can do this. Deep breath. We can do this. We can do this. We're fine. Hey, we did it.
Cool. Very close to being glorious.
Oh no, I saw the skull and went, damn it. But we're okay. We're alive. Things
notice-
are okay at the moment.
On the hilt of the gun, most of it's covered, but the bottom
Uh-huh.
half of the hilt, you do see there's a spider in the design.
Does that mean anything off rip?
I mean, you were
don't
warned a
think
couple of
so.
nights ago to watch for the
Spiders.
spiders.
Oh shit. Fucking Julian.
Batting 1,000 bitches.
The old man just says shit and I forget.
Another 6 to 10 seconds go by, and another, and then your hunger goes up by 1 again.
All right. Yeah, then I'm just like, after that one's done, I'm gonna raise my volume. I'm not trying to sound like I'm like full yelling,
Right.
but hopefully loud enough for everyone to hear.
Mhm.
Even if it's muffled. I'm just gonna go, okay, Spider-Man. Clearly we got off on the wrong foot. I'm having some sort of reaction to whatever perfume you've got going on in this place. I'm getting out of here. I had something else I was gonna say, but I forgot. Out of character. That's me. That's me. Insert something cool here.
Understood.
But hopefully the term Spider-Man, if people can hear this.
Everyone feel free to roll wits and awareness, DC 3. And at roughly this time, the back door unlocks. As your shadows have officially opened the doors.
Five.
Jesus.
3.
Just a 2.
Those of you who see do hear Riley's portion of the conversation as after they sort of raise their volume.
Question for my knowledge here, just in case it comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind. I answered my own question.
Okay.
Sometimes it helps to read things.
Oftentimes, that helps.
Yep. I'm getting obviously a bad vibe off of this guy. So, with awe active
Uh-huh.
and stunning,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try entrancement on this guy.
Okay.
And those would apply, correct? Because the contest is my charisma and presence versus their composure and wits. So would you be cool with awe and looks being added to that?
Let me look here.
Because awe just says add the presence rating to any skill roll involving persuasion or performance, as well as other charisma-related rolls at the storyteller's discretion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. First, I need you to go ahead and roll manipulation plus presence for your all pool.
Guy trying to resist my ass?
Indeed, he is.
Who does this guy think he is?
Somebody
Trained.
who likes to resist things?
A SI agent, perhaps?
I can't remember if we told them that or not.
You didn't? You didn't?
Shit!
I thought I was charming the pants off of a Sabat guy.
Oh, he's that too. Actually, we don't know that either.
Help!
What do you mean?
Let me tell
What do
you,
you mean?
the SI Sabat character, they've got to have such an internal conflict.
They
Oh my
really
God.
do.
All right.
Oh, nicely done. Oh, yep, you still got it.
I'm gonna re-roll 3 of those.
Of course you are. Fuck.
Total
Ooh,
of 7.
shit.
Fuck. I mean, I could potentially do it.
Sorry, teacher, that's not 7. That's
No,
Yeah, that's
that's
a
9
9.
because it's a crit. I re-rolled into a crit.
Don't do it.
Then I can't touch it.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't think there's a way. I have one
You could
crit
do a messy
on.
crit.
I could messy crit into it. Let's see. Gives me 3 dot. I'm trying really hard to not like run the numbers on this, but it's really hard to not just run the
No,
numbers.
run the numbers.
on
This is what we're doing.
you need to hit a 10.
No, I'm trying to think like if I just let it go because this is my awe test to see if they can resist awe, which
Right.
would remove 3 dice from my entrancement pool. Because I was trying to add that, but I still have a decent entrancement pool.
Oh,
Charisma pool.
yeah, just do one.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna let this one go if it happens. Some people just aren't into me. That's fine.
How dare they?
Yeah, I mean, Riley will remember this, but
I will say before you decide on this,
yeah,
they do not seem impacted by your looks, as if they can maybe see through how you blush up.
not into pale, emaciated people either.
Weirdly enough, no.
Guy sucks, man.
So I don't know if that
Fine.
impacts you wanting to reroll for the awe, but like I said, it is a lot of willpower that needs to be rolled. I'm not going to say one way or another, but I was just saying the stunning, when your 2 dice from stunning wouldn't also apply.
Kneecapping me on this one, man. Okay, then I guess I'm gonna try it.
Messy crit.
I'm gonna cry. Yep, nope.
No, messy
Nothing.
crit. No, messy crit. Okay,
So
no awe. No beautiful looks. Entrancement?
I mean, it's still six. It's still 7 dice.
Yeah, still a healthy pool.
That is a larger dice pool than I have in anything.
It could have been.
Could have been 12.
It could have been 12 dice to entrance
I'm
this
aware
guy.
of that, but also
I'm gonna send
You're
it. with-
bitching.
I'm gonna bitch about it. I'm hot and I can't be hot. That's
Not
the core
to this
principle.
person.
That's the core piece of this character. No, we're good. So 7
Sounds
dice.
like a
We're gonna give
clan
it.
bane triggering to me.
No,
Essentially.
no, it's beautiful inside. It's a beautiful place to be.
Do we? I think because we're already full sending it, I'm gonna try to rouse for this one.
Yes, increase
Get
that
my extra
hunger.
die.
Increase that hunger again.
Drop it.
Failed and I go to 4.
Yes. Yes.
that just means that when we finally beat this person, that Riley's gonna eat.
So we've got 8 dice coming this guy's way.
Okay, and it's against composure wits, yeah? Am I
Yes,
remembering how the
charisma presence
Toreador?
versus composure wits, correct.
Yeah, I literally can't touch it. So,
Got spanked.
because I rolled 3 1s out of my 5 dice.
Ooh, that crit is messy though.
A messy crit, but I am so okay with it at the moment.
Okay.
This situation got messy, so it fits.
All right,
It's
you
beautiful.
get to add your dice, add dice equal to your presence rating to any social dice pool against the entranced target.
Yep. So they get hit with entrance. So at that point,
And you have it for
It's-
6 total hours.
yeah, this guy's on my fucking chain. Internal panic. Oh my god. I'm wow. Okay, so it's gonna be like a look and a little bit of like flipping one of the braids over their shoulder.
Mhm.
Because mind you, Riley is still very shirtless and still acting like they are
I'm-
very hot.
I'm very aware.
So it's just gonna be like, you know what? I think that we both got off on the wrong foot here. We don't need to make amends for this. We are fine. Like I said, I'm gonna go that way. You are gonna point that silver hunk of whatever that is that I'm going to assume is not a lethal weapon somewhere else while I walk away, and we're gonna just go about our evenings. All right? No harm, no foul.
Charisma plus persuasion plus your presence.
Charisma plus persuasion plus.
Are we
charisma.
watching any of this?
You guys are currently, the door is open on the other side, just right before this. So there is a solid wall that splits between where you guys are and the main chapel area.
I'm
Another
assuming
messy
we're
crit.
checking the bodies and seeing what we can do to
Six hits on another messy crit.
get them out of here.
But yeah, and hopefully, I was gonna say I would like to ideally be doing this, trying to talk my way out while rescue missions going on.
Yeah, for sure. That's fine.
Oof. Oh,
Mm. Eh. So
oh,
5
didn't get it.
successes to your 6. So unfortunately, still does not beat it. Riley, another round goes by, another vomiting. You're now up to 5 hunger.
This is the first time I've ever been 5 hunger, y'all.
So I think to Marlowe and to Kenneth, Vincent's gonna turn and look and do like and point at the guy and try to signal like, hey, we should go fight this guy. Like Riley is in serious trouble.
We could hear things that were occurring outside the zone of silence, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm just like, pro offer my my pipe. If anybody wants to brain this guy, go for it.
As you guys are looking around, by the way, at the different individuals, all of them look like they are sustained. Just look like they are under some heavy drugs that knocked them out, but nonetheless still alive. You see all their machines, each one is hooked up, and it's some like top-notch medical equipment that is being used in this area.
I'm gonna look while I'm kind of assessing the people, but I'm gonna look on the bottom to see if they have any like registration tags. Like a lot of times when hospitals buy equipment, they'll, you know, affix like a plate to it that's got a serial number, but also the name of the business. I'm gonna see if any of them come from a specific hospital, or if they all come from a specific hospital. If there's any sort of markings or anything like that.
It looks like there was, but looks like they were the engravings on it that were scraped out.
God damn, bros.
Does there seem to be a door between like the room that we're in and like maybe the sanctuary area?
Yeah, you
Sanctuary.
you can definitely tell that there was a door off on the right side that both Kenneth and Marlo were able to see. It doesn't have like an actual door. It just has a sheet of that thin plastic.
I would stand over there because I heard Riley just talking a little bit louder. So I would have just stood over by that area. I don't want to like. I don't want either of them to be able to see me. I just want to be able to be like close by.
Mm-hmm.
If
So I can-
if you're saying Riley's in trouble, we should go.
yeah. So if Marlowe and Kenneth seem like they're down to clown, then I think that we turn this into a physical altercation.
Okay.
Would
Well,
I
we're-
have seen Vincent's like motion?
Yeah, I'm not being subtle.
Okay. Okay, I would probably motion like for like more like them go around, like pointing the outside door,
And with
and
that,
then like two of us going this way.
No.
Nope, you're not allowed to end it there.
you guys look over to the screen, and a gentleman also wearing a black mask instantly looks at you and cuts the feed. And that is where we'll go ahead and wrap up tonight's episode.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. We will see you guys next week on another episode of Indy by Night Blurred Lines. And this, again, you guys happen to make the titles work, even after outside of the idea that I have in store. But this was episode 13, House of Cards.